I'm doing that. This is Killer Carl, and welcome to... Hey, Matt here. This is Killer Carl, and welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And our theme is blue.
Yeah, apparently.
And...
Although, mine are pink, yours are blue, but...
oh, that, yeah. Well, today we talk about NXT Deadline.
Yep.
Again, it's another Saturday premium live event, so it's like, I guess we'll fucking do it now.
Yeah.
Again, which is fine, you know. It makes the day interesting and more faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, it's a good show. Looks like a good card. I was actually worried yesterday because there weren't a lot of matches. Well, obviously, NXT was last night, so
Yes.
there's a hell of a lot more matches now.
Yeah. That's for sure. I mean, last year was very, very good. The Iron Survivor Challenge is, quite an interesting concept that WWE has come up with again. And like we talked about last year, it's like if you took the concept of an Iron Man match, a kind of battle royal, and like the King of the Mountain match,
Yeah,
combined all three together, and you've got this Irish Survivor Challenge because you've got a time limit. Most falls to the end of the time limit wins. You got 5 people in the match, and if whoever loses a fall must go in the penalty box for like 2 minutes, I think it is, and then the match itself, or the time limit, is like 30 minutes. So yeah.
sounds like a game show concept, but I mean, it was always interesting to see those kinds of matches anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking at the card. I haven't watched NXT yet, but watching highlights on, I think, Instagram.
Right.
Looks like it's gonna be a fucking good night, dude.
Yeah, it will be. Oh, there's nothing to it but to get to it.
So we have the pre-show match. We've got Axion versus Nathan Frazer.
Yeah. Now on NXT yesterday, they had Nathan Frazer and Axiom having a conversation. Of course, this was after Nathan Frazer, I guess from last week, after Nathan Frazer had a match against, I don't remember who it was. And, they're going back and forth and, to have this conversation. And it led to, they were going to have a match last night. So they get in the ring. They're having a match. It's like, okay, they had a really good match. Well, they had the best of 3 series a little while ago. And that was very, very good matches. And it's like, alright, this match would be a really good match. So, match gets underway, things are going along great. And then all of a sudden, here comes the women from the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge match, they're brawling and fighting and whatever. Because earlier, just before that match, they had a Women's Iron Survivor Summit. You know, everybody talking about, you know, oh, I'm going to win this match. This match is going to elevate my career. Blah, 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 blah. So they all come out, and referees and whatever coming out. They spill into the ring, and of course, Nathan Frazier and Axiom get out of the ring. And like, of course, the referee calls for the bell, basically makes it a no contest. It's like, well, what do we do now? So they're going to have this match in the pre-show, or kickoff show, Deadline.
Yeah. I mean, both very good wrestlers
Yes.
in two different styles, obviously. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, really.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a wait and see because I think Exxon, as good as he is, I think there's a future title shot for him. But I could say the same about Nathan Frazier. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like I can't really pick a winner because I mean we saw the Heritage Cup match with Nathan and Noam.
Yes.
That was a good match.
Mhm.
I mean, Zion's had some good matches too. But yeah, I can't really pick a winner for this one.
Yeah. Like you said, it's basically going to be a wait and see. You pick a winner. Like, you know, when they had that best of three series, all three matches were really good. They both won a match, and then they went into the third, and I think Nathan ended up winning.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what comes of this match. A match for the North American Championship. We have Dirty Dom versus Dragon Lee. Now, this was supposed to be Dirty Dom versus Wesley. A lot of Lees here. But Wesley last night came out and he had like it was a crutch, but it kind of looked like a cane with an extra handle in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes out and he's like, I would have loved nothing more than to face Dom at Deadline for the North American Championship, but I'm in a lot of pain, my legs are numb, and what have you, so he's gonna need back surgery. So, all the best to Wesley as he gets back surgery. And so, Dragon Lee is stepping in to take Wesley's place. And of course, you're going to have again Ray in Dragon Lee's corner for this match against Dom. Of course, Dragon Lee and Dom had a match for the North American Championship like 2 or 3 months ago in thereabouts.
Yeah.
And Dom ended up winning. Now, with Dragon Lee now, I guess, full-time on SmackDown, I really don't see Dragon Lee winning this one.
I see.
Well, I mean, you have Dom win the North American title, and he's been going back and forth between NXT and Raw
Right.
with
Yeah.
the title. And if you have Dragon Lee win, it'd be like have Dragon Lee on NXT defending the title, on SmackDown with the title. Like, do they really need to have the title go from one guy who's on Raw, having the title showcased on Raw, and then defending the title here and there on NXT, go to a SmackDown guy, and have a showcase on SmackDown, and then, defend the title, regularly or somewhat regularly on NXT and NXT Premium Live events. I'm not saying it's a bad idea,
No.
it wouldn't make sense in my opinion.
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing of, why did they have the NXT titles showcased on Raw or SmackDown? Because you have Dominic, who is on Raw. He's in the Judgment Day. He is a Raw wrestler, as far as I was concerned. And then all of a sudden, he gets a shot for the North American title, and he wins. When the fuck did that ever happen? I mean, you had Katana Chance and Chase Carter coming over on the main roster. Actually, no, it was Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Yeah.
That's the NXT Tag Women's Championship.
Right.
People. And now, it's like we're doing the same thing with Dom. We're going to give him the title. He's going to keep the title. He's had it for a long time now. It's like, now he's going to flip-flop back from NXT. He's going to Raw. Like, NXT wrestlers should only carry the NXT titles. You're not going to see somebody like Noam Dar with the Intercontinental title. You're not going to see somebody like Ilya Dragunov with the world title. At least not right now.
Right.
And then you have NXT guys who are going to come all over to Raw or SmackDown. Eventually, being called up and all. So, I don't understand why you gave Dominic Mysterio the NXT title. The NXT North American title, that is.
Right.
He's a good wrestler. He's a very good wrestler. He's grown a lot in the last 4 years. Whatever.
Right, yeah.
But this is bullshit. Like, I don't understand why you've done that. It's kind of like... I mean, it's one thing, I guess it's kind of not, because you've had Becky Lynch with the NXT title. Yeah, she's been off NXT for years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you had Becky Lynch with the NXT Women's Championship. You had Dolph Ziggler with the World NXT Championship. Like I said, you had Isla Dawn and Alba Fire with the NXT Women's Tag Titles, where they stayed away with those.
Yeah. Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And you say that if Dragon Lee wins the title, he's a SmackDown guy. Okay,
Right.
but that's fine.
Yeah.
Raw, Dominic's a Raw guy.
Yeah.
Now, if Dragon Lee wins the title, I don't know where to go from here.
Right.
Because you're telling me there's not enough talent on NXT? Like, I don't understand why they don't have the title. You have to have somebody from our SmackDown take the title. It makes absolutely no fucking sense to me.
Mm.
So, once again, I have to say I don't know.
Cause, yeah, like, okay, I had said that if Dom won the North American title, he would be on Raw, and, showcase the title on Raw, and maybe, once you, have him with the title on Raw, and on NXT, defending the title, and probably draw more eyes to the NXT product of people that maybe have wanted and watched NXT or hadn't watched NXT or whatever. And who knows, that's probably been the case. If Dragon Lee was to win, you're essentially doing the same thing, but on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, talked as well about how, having Dom with the North American title is like, okay, we've seen him as a champion. We know how he will conduct himself as a champion. So, he makes a pretty good heel champion. And so it's like, okay, we've got that. When they eventually give him a singles title on Raw, you know, okay, we'll know what we're in for. Will they do the same with Dragon Lee and the NXT North American Championship on SmackDown? I don't know. So right now, let's just, we'll wait and see.
Like, I feel bad for Wesley, though, because the guy comes out, and you know it's a legit injury. I mean, look, I'm not saying that other people that got injured, like, that was a false injury, but it just seems like Wesley came back, and now he's legit injured again, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it sucks. So, you know, yeah, best of luck to him. I just don't know when he's gonna come back. Probably for another couple months. So that's gonna be.
Well, they were saying that he could be out 8 months to a year.
Yeah. It's...
So, the best case scenario, he'd be back by August, at least.
Wow. Yeah. So that's wow.
Yeah. This has been a bitter rivalry for the last, I'll say, at least 3 months. They had a match at Halloween Havoc, night 1, that was really good. This rivalry started before then, and we thought that it had culminated at Halloween Havoc, but apparently that didn't resolve shit. So we're going into this match, a Deadline, Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James in a steel cage.
Fucking A, dude. And I mean, yeah, I thought it was over, but it's obviously far from over.
Yeah.
And I had Ava on the, I'm not sure if it was on the social media or it was a part of NXT, but she was talking about how it's gonna be a steel cage match at Deadline.
Yes.
And then somebody wrote a comment saying, oh, is she the GM now?
I don't know, because ever since seemingly Schism is no more, I haven't seen, yeah, exactly, Girls with Young Veterans in a while. Joe Gacy seems like he's off his fucking rocker more than he's ever been. And Ava...
It's like the New Age Raven.
Basically. Well, the thing is, he's not talking about his corrupt or his abuse of children, whatever the fuck. It's just... Yeah.
Yeah.
Ava is like... Yeah, I don't know if she's like... been put in charge of the women's division or whatever the hell. Cause like after their last chance match, they had Kiana, Roxanne, Fallon Henley, and Thea Hill.
Yeah.
They're getting looked at by medical, and I don't even know who the fuck it was. Came in to check on Kiana, and she's like, the next time I see Kiana, I'm gonna enter, and Roxanne's in the same room, but she's like, couple of bad children, even though that's probably not the right terminology. Then they start going on in the fucking training room. People are trying to split them up. Here's Ava Rain It's like, alright, you two can't keep your hands off each other. I'll get this made official. And she goes off, and then a little bit later, and show her come walking out of Shawn Michaels' office, and she's like, alright, it's official. Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James in a steel cage for Deadline. And it's like, okay, all of a sudden, did she end up put in a position of power by Shawn Michaels as like a head of the women's division or whatever? Like, I have no idea if she's got a title, what her title is, what her job is, whatever the fuck. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, she's, yeah, helping out with the women. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kiana's a good wrestler. I don't know if she's beaten Roxanne yet.
Well, this rivalry all started. Roxanne and Kiana had a match against each other.
Yeah.
It was just on an episode of NXT. Kiana used the purse to beat Roxanne.
Right.
And then that led into the Devil's Playground match at Halloween Havoc. And, you know, like we said, that clearly didn't settle shit. So, you know, because Kiana and Roxanne both had matches to qualify for the Women's Iron Survivor match. They both cost each other the match. Head into the last chance to get into the Iron Survivor. You know, that went to, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then, you know, they're fighting in the training room, and then, yeah, we're gonna have this match at Deadline.
Yeah. So they're like 1-1.
Yes.
So, alright. I mean, look. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm gonna say Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan, like I just said, and it's like she's been cooking a lot
Yeah.
and doing a great job. And unfortunately, she relinquished the NXT Women's title
Yeah.
a while ago,
Right.
which really sucks.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting to see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna say Roxanne.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Roxanne myself. I mean, if Kiana was to win, it's like, okay, cool. Where it would take Kiana from here, who the hell knows? Roxanne, you know, coming off that win at Halloween Havoc, going into this match, she gets another win against Kiana. It's like, okay, put that rivalry to bed, and, you know, take Roxanne to the next level, whatever, you know, whoever she's going to feud with next or whatever, and then, you know, maybe work her into a NXT Women's Championship match at some point down the line. But for right now, yeah, I'd say Roxanne.
So we have this match. We've got a heated rivalry turned into, and it's one of those, you know, who done it, and we have Carmelo Hayes versus Lexis King.
Yes.
And Lexis King, obviously Brian Pillman Jr., one of the best new wrestlers. I mean, we obviously know him from AEW with the Varsity Blondes.
Yes.
And carrying his dad's legacy well. And I was just watching a montage of a lot of his matches from the Indies.
Right.
And so, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here. Carmelo Hayes is a good wrestler. And, yeah, former NXT champion.
Mm-hmm. North American champion.
Yes. I'm going to say Brian Pillman just because... or Lexis King.
Yeah.
Just because... I mean, I don't know if you're going to push him. I think they're going to do better with him than they did his old man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I think his promos are sort of similar. except he's not on drugs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, nothing to take away from Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo has done it all, mostly. Think we all thought he was going to go to Raw or SmackDown. But yeah, I'm going to say Lexus King.
Yeah, I'll take Lexus myself as well. Just to mention and seeing where this feud's gonna go and then where it's gonna go from here with Lexus King. And the whole thing of it too was like Trek Williams is gonna take part in a four-way
Yeah.
for the NXT Championship. I believe it was on an episode of NXT. And then we see that Trek got taken out backstage. And then it it was going to be a five-way, and then Trek got taken out, it got turned into a fatal four-way, and then it's like, alright, who did it? And then it was speculated that Carmelo took out Trek, and then it was revealed by this anonymous WWE thing that it was Lexus King that took out Trek, and then Lexus was saying, oh, Carmelo put a hit out on Trek and he asked me to do the job for him and whatever. And so, like, they're taking the storyline to a completely different level. Like, there was rumor a few months ago that they were going to split up Trek Williams and Carmelo Hayes. And now that they've been kind of planting those little seeds, it's like, oh, are they splitting up the Trek Carmelo gang? Or are they, are Carmelo and Trek going to work things out, pass things up? I think once this match happens, it'll be like, okay, silence all doubt, move on. What they do with Lexus after this, who knows? What they do with Carmelo after, who knows? Maybe they'll keep it going and, like, Lexus still insinuating that it was Carmelo that wanted Trek taken out of that match because of his ego or whatever the hell. Who knows what's gonna come of this, but it's getting interesting, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
I would love to see Lexus as the North American champion.
That could very well happen at some point down the line.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that.
Match for number one contender in the NXT Championship. Dijak, Trick Williams, Josh Briggs, Brian Breaker, and Tyler Bate. And Tyler Bate is the last one to be entered in this match because they had a Man's Last Chance match last night. You had Tyler Bate, you had Joe Coffey, you had, anyways, Tyler Bate ended up winning the match and he's the final participant in this match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't see Josh Briggs win. It'll be interesting to see if, Braun Breaker's had a lot of good matches. I think he's been pushed to the moon.
Yes.
So, I like Tyler Bate. I like to see him go over as much as the other guys. I think, he's been the NXT UK champion.
Yes.
I think it would be interesting to see him go for the NXT championship.
Right, yes.
So, I think I'm going to go with Tyler Bate. Nothing to take away from those other guys. I definitely don't see Josh Briggs go over. Like I said, I don't know why I singled him up, but that's fine. I think, I'm going to go with Tyler Bate for this one.
Yeah, like, John Briggs is the tag team guy. Him and Brooks Jensen, they're a tag team, so I think they're going to keep them together as a tag team. We already seen Braun Breaker as the NXT champion. I mean, if he ends up winning this match and #1 contender for the title again, fine. I'll talk about that when I get to that match. Trek Williams, I want to see more of him before he even gets a title. Dijak. I mean, Dijak's been having great matches, but it's like, to me, he hasn't gotten anywhere close to being ready for a title, in my opinion. And Tyler Bates was like, he seems the one to be like the most viable that I think is ready for a title match for the NXT title. So I mean, yeah, I'll go Tyler Bate as well.
Look, I think Dijak is one of those wrestlers that doesn't necessarily need a title.
True.
Unfortunately, like Jake Roberts or Jake Roberts.
Yeah, really.
But no, I think that it's gonna be a good match nonetheless. So
Right.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Side of things, we have Tiffany Stratton, Last Legend, Blair Davenport, Kalani Jordan, and Fallon Henley. As I already mentioned, you have Fallon Henley, Thea Hill, Roxanne Perez, and Kiana James. At one point, you had Kiana James and Roxanne Perez on the top of the barricade, or behind the announce table. They're fighting each other. They go crashing through the announce table, and it's Fallon Henley and Thea Hill left in the ring, and Fallon pinned Thea to get the win and earn the last spot in this match, and it was actually a pretty good match. And then, of course, the aftermath led to, Roxanne versus Kiana in a steel cage. But before that, the four-way was actually a pretty good match. And I mean, okay, with Fallon Henley, it's like, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing to see her get an opportunity at the Women's Championship. And with the championship, maybe. Kalani Jordan, I mean, they've skyrocketed her since they released Dana Brooke. Blair Davenport, I mean, she's been on a hell of a run since being back.
Yes.
Last Legend, I mean, we've seen matches from her here and there. Like, the whole thing they got with her and Metaphor and Noam Dar and that, I mean, I really don't think Lash is ready to be champion, in my opinion. And Tiffany Stratton, is the same thing with Braun Breaker. We've already seen her with the NXT Women's Championship. If she earns an opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship again, fine, whatever. Out of these five, who would deserve the most? Maybe Blair, I guess.
Yeah, I don't see Fallon winning this one either. I think Blair Davenport, if you're gonna push anybody in the women's division, why not push her?
Right, yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting to see who wins this match. I don't know who to pick, honestly.
Yeah.
Like who needs the title right now? I don't know.
Exactly. It seems the most reasonable. Yeah, I guess you could say reasonable choice Tiffany Stratton, I mean, you know, she's a great wrestler. Last legend. If we saw more matches from her, like singles matches,
Yeah.
you can say, okay, yeah, I can see her being the number one contender. Blair Davenport, I mean, you know, would be nothing wrong with her being number one contender at all. Kalani Jordan, they should have more from her, get her to that level, in my opinion. Since, like, you know, like I said, since, like, Kalani and Dana Brooke were teaming together, and then Dana got released, but that didn't seem to matter too much because they've, you know, continued to push and elevate Kalani Jordan. But you need to keep that momentum going and keep pushing her. And Fallon Henley is like, you know, with her being Briggs and Jensen's, I don't want to say valet, because she's not a valet, she's like their little sister, I guess, their buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be any issue with her and the number one contender spot. Yeah. So, yeah, just go with Blair.
Yeah, that would be the right choice. And we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
The NXT Championship.
Hilo Dragunov versus Baron Corbin.
Yeah. When I hesitated talking about the men's Irish Survivor Challenge, it's like, okay, say Braun Breaker was to win that match, and then say Ilya was to retain in this match.
Right.
I don't really think we need to see Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov again.
No.
Braun Breaker versus Corbin would be like, yeah, I think they already did that match too, so we don't really need to see that again.
Well, here's the thing, because I think... Okay, I'm a big fan of Hilo Dragunov. I also like Baron Corbin. I also wanted to be a big fan of him years ago, but they did jack shit fuck all with him. You know, they gave him the Money in the Bank briefcase. He loses that in a hot minute. They gave him the Andrew the Giant Battle Royal winner. That didn't go nowhere. Like, you know, the only thing they did with him was give him the United States Championship.
Yeah.
So, as much as I want to say, you know, I honestly think that if Baron doesn't win the title, then I don't know what to do.
Nah.
Like, seriously, this is bullshit. There should be no reason why Baron Corbin can't finally get the NXT title. So yeah, I'll contradict myself, but I will say Baron Corbin will get the title because I honestly don't think that it's going to hurt anything. I'm sure that Dragunov is going to get it back eventually. He's already proven that he's a good wrestler. Look at the matches that he's had.
Yeah.
But I don't see why Baron can't get the title.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I would have thought they were going to give King Barrett the title in SmackDown. But they didn't do that either. So, I don't know what's wrong with him, but yeah. Should have got off the pot. I want to see Baron Corbin as the new NXT champion.
And see, that's exactly the thing. It's been should have got off the pot with Corbin since forever. Well, like you said, they did jack sweet dick fuck gold cocksucking motherfucking asshole with him. I mean, when he first came in to NXT, you know, He was the lone wolf. That was a really good gimmick. He did very well in NXT.
Yeah.
They shipped him off to the main roster. He wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That went nowhere. He eventually shaved his head. He wins the Money in the Bank. They decked him around with that. You know, okay, yeah, they gave him the United States title, which was like, okay, cool. They gave him this King Corbin gimmick. It was fine, but it wasn't really anything special. Then, you know, they have him lose to Shinsuke. No longer King Corbin. Then he's poor Corbin. Down on his luck and, you know, begging for money and shit. Then he wins at a casino in Vegas or whatever the fuck. Then he becomes Happy Corbin. I'd rather not relive that fucking nightmare. And then, you know, he goes over to NXT. Completely changes his gimmick. Becomes, I don't know, himself, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he's had some good matches. And then, yeah, okay, he's in this NXT Championship match. But it's like, still, shit have got off the fucking pot already. Maybe he's fucking constipated. Who the fuck knows?
I mean, that's the truth.
Like, seriously though. Corbin's entire career has been, you know, what if?
And that's what I mean when I say Dijak doesn't need the title. Corbin fucking desperately needs the title.
Yeah.
He's not like Dijak. He's been in the main roster. He's had a lot of chances. We've given him the Money in the Bank and the trophy and all that shit. He was Kurt Angle's last match.
Yeah.
So, I just don't get it. So, yeah, definitely. Baron Corbin.
I honestly got a feeling they're gonna fuck Corbin over and Elias gonna retain. That's just my opinion.
I mean, this is coming from a pure Dragunov fan. I think Baron Corbin needs this. Because if you don't give him the title now, then he's a lost cause. That sucks. But
He's been a fucking lost cause. There ain't been a hope, chance in hell for Corbin since the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That was fucking 9, whatever the fuck years ago.
yeah.
So yeah. And I mean, if Corbin wins the title, like, okay, great. Let's see what we can do with him as the champion. He seems to be, you know, confident and brash and arrogant and cocky and, you know, talking about his lifestyle and how he's, you know, this seemingly self-made man that has a lot of money and, you know, whatever the fuck. But, like, and, like, okay, let's do something with it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, shit, that whole thing with JBL should have worked. But
Yeah, how the hell that didn't work, I don't know. Like, they had JBL basically manage Corbin for, like, what, 3 weeks? And then bye-bye JBL.
It all took a big diarrhea dump all over it. And now Baron Corbin's on NXT, so don't fuck it up this time.
Yeah. Seemingly.
So this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury.
Yeah.
NXT Deadline. Saturday.
Yeah.
And we just did our Christmas episode, our holiday episode. Look for it, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the year's not over for us because we will do World's End.
Yes.
and obviously our New Year's Eve special,
Right.
New Year's special.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. And if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you. Suck.